Okay, so in this video, I basically want to go over hiring, employees, and I think you should only hire your first employee once you've basically squeezed out all the efficiency that you can get. Now, I speak with a lot of guys, and a lot of them basically hire their first employee once they reach a revenue level or once they feel overwhelmed. Like the least bit of, overwhelming basically forces them to start looking for VAs outside or inside of India or somewhere like that. And in this age of AI, like we have infinite leverage, and this is basically how I'm going about it because I I am not hiring the first like I've hired a lot of people. I've been on a lot of interviews, and unless like I have an A player which I basically want to keep by my side even if I want it or not, I am not basically hiring everybody until I've squeezed out all the efficiency I can. So what I mean by that is I have Claude Max, which costs like $90 a month. And because of that, I have Claude Code. Because of that, I have Claude Cowork, I have Claude Extension, and I have basically Claude the chatbots. Now, I try and use all of these four features of Claude every day to increase my efficiency. But then that's not the only thing. I have a standing desk, I have a nice chair, I take some nootropics and all of these stuff to make sure that I squeeze all of the efficiency that I could biologically and also in terms of tech, in terms of the tech I work with. Like I work with the best PC, I work with the best, this, that, and all of these stuff. Just to make sure that I squeeze all of the efficiency and only after then, when I still feel overwhelmed, am I like, okay, let's hire the first person. And that's what I do for almost all the teams that I work with. Like only after you've squeezed out all of the efficiency that you can, should you, in my opinion, hire the first person. Because I think in this age of AI, and I think everybody has heard of OpenClaw at this point, the amount of leverage we get is insane. And I don't think a lot of people acknowledge how much leverage we actually have when it comes to making sure that we work efficiently. Like most of the stuff I do is basically AI assisted. And I think that is how it should be for most of these guys or most of us, because then we basically learn how to become efficient and at the same time produce a lot of work. So basically, those are my thoughts on when I think you should hire your first employee. Of course, it will be different for everyone else, but for my plan, I think it is best when you try to squeeze out every bit of efficiency that you can get, because then you know, okay, this is my limit. I cannot get above this. That's only when you basically bring on the first person. Because what a lot of people forget is that once you have the first employee, you have to train them, you have to manage them, you have to be on meetings with them, and it's kind of tough if you don't know how to do it or if you've never done this before. But then once you're able to squeeze out the efficiency from yourself, you kind of know, okay, I've been able to do this for me, I've been able to teach myself how to do this. I should be able to teach another person how to do this. And to me, that is basically the best way to go about this situation.